What if the monster we all fear was once a victim herself? Today, we unravel the tragic tale of Medusa, the snake-haired Gorgon of Greek mythology. Was she a villain, a victim, or something far more complex? Long before she was a monster, Medusa was a mortal, a strikingly beautiful woman, renowned for her golden hair that seemed to catch the sunlight itself. She was kind, devoted, and humble, qualities that made her a beloved figure in her city. But it was her beauty that would be both her gift and her curse. Medusa's beauty was said to rival that of the gods themselves, a dangerous claim in a world where divine pride knew no bounds. She became a priestess of Athena, goddess of wisdom and war, dedicating her life to chastity and service in Athena's temple. But in a realm ruled by gods, mortals walked a fine line between reverence and envy. And for Medusa, this line would soon shatter. One fateful evening, Poseidon, god of the sea, entered the temple of Athena. He was captivated by Medusa's beauty and consumed by his desires. But what happened next was no act of love. It was an act of violence. Poseidon desecrated Athena's temple, committing an unforgivable act. But the gods were not known for their fairness. Instead of punishing Poseidon, Athena turned her fury toward Medusa, the very victim of the crime. In an act of divine wrath, Athena cursed Medusa. Her golden locks transformed into a writhing mass of snakes. Her once gentle gaze became a weapon of destruction, turning all who looked upon her to stone. Medusa, once a symbol of beauty and virtue, was now a figure of terror. Banished from her city, she fled to a remote island, where her only companions were the statues of those who dared to approach her. Years passed, and Medusa lived in isolation, shunned and hunted by mortals seeking glory. Each visitor met the same fate, petrified by her gaze, their lifeless forms left to crumble in the elements. Was Medusa truly the monster they claimed her to be? Or was she a victim of a world that punished the powerless while the powerful went unscathed? Her loneliness, her sorrow, and her rage were the true essence of her curse. When Perseus, a young hero, was sent on an impossible mission to slay Medusa, it wasn't just for honor. It was a ploy by King Polydectes to rid himself of the boy. Armed with divine gifts, including a mirrored shield from Athena and winged sandals from Hermes, Perseus set out to do the unthinkable. In her sleep, Medusa was defenseless. Perseus used the mirrored shield to avoid her petrifying gaze and beheaded her with a single stroke. Even in death, Medusa's power endured. Her blood birthed mythical creatures, and her severed head was used by Perseus as a weapon, turning his enemies to stone. Eventually, it was gifted to Athena, who placed it on her shield, the Aegis, as a symbol of divine power. But Medusa's story didn't end with her death. Over centuries, she transformed from a figure of terror to a complex symbol of beauty, power, and resistance. In ancient art, she was a warning against hubris. In Renaissance paintings, she became a tragic muse. And in modern times, Medusa has been reclaimed as an icon of feminine rage and resilience. Her story forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about power, injustice, and the way we tell stories of victims and villains. In Medusa, we see both the pain of oppression and the power of survival. So, who was Medusa? A monster? A victim? Or a reflection of a society that punishes the powerless? Perhaps she was all three. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more mythical tales like this one.